Hi, I'm Robert Brodesky. I'm going to talk about three of my paintings that are currently on view in Monterroso Gallery. It's often very difficult for me to talk about my work. It's very personal. I'm very passionate about what I do. And that's because my work is really an extension of who I am, an extension of how I see the world, how I feel, and what I observe in terms of people's interactions, their interrelationships, and how they communicate with one another. The work is figurative. Generally, the paintings are fairly large. I use multiple media to create my paintings. They're done with oil paints, enamel paints, and frequently I go back into my paintings and I draw with chalk or oil paint sticks. My style is expressionistic. In many ways, it's akin to German expressionism. The way I paint, I don't necessarily go in and draw my images and then fill in within those lines. I will start a canvas by just putting some simple lines down, and in doing so, I'm moving towards some concept or idea of what I'm going to paint. But my images evolve over time. It's a process. Some people would describe it as process painting or action painting, which was popular in the 50s and 60s with expressionist painters. I will have a fairly good idea of what I'd like to accomplish, but generally where I end up is a surprise, and I allow that to take over, that whole act of freedom and movement while I'm painting that results in various degrees of surprises. This is really significant for me because I see painting as a way of just giving myself up and sort of reaching a degree or a level of mindfulness. As I've already said, the whole act or the whole process of painting is, for me, an extension of who I am. It's also a way of expressing emotions, what I observe people might feel, or how they talk to one another. There's also the sexual aspects that I like to capture. It could be sexual tension or affection that's significant in relationships. I'm going to talk about three paintings that I've chosen for this exhibit. They've each been painted in the last 2 years. The first painting that I'll talk about is titled Man Alive. Many people would think, once they look at it, is, well, this is just a portrait of someone. Well, I have no idea who it is. It's somebody that evolved over time while I was painting. It's all out of my mind. It's a total creation. This painting, when you look at it, you can feel the intensity of the individual. At the same time, you get a sense that there's a liveliness, a vibration that is occurring. Many people, or there are some people, when you meet them, or if they just walk into a room, you feel the intensity. And that's what I'm trying to convey with Man Alive. That I'm going to talk about is titled Flight, A Woman and Two Birds. This painting was done at the height of the pandemic. What I'm attempting to capture here is the feeling of discontent. A woman who feels like her life is not fulfilled. There is a desire, perhaps, to start anew and be able to move on along a new path. This is really something that I frequently think about when I'm painting. It really speaks to the idea of striving, moving forward, resilience, and resurrection. The final painting is titled Night Songstress. It's a woman from the 1930s. She's a torch singer. She's someone that you might have found in a nightclub. I wanted to capture the feeling of music and how that affects someone who is emoting and singing and entertaining and creating an emotional response within the audience. In this painting, I've combined oil and enamel paints. She's outlined in chalk. I'm very pleased to have had this opportunity to show my work at Monterroso Gallery. I'm a Boston-based artist, so to have my work shown in Houston is really great for me. It's also very significant for me because I have extensive family that live in Houston, so it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to not only have my work seen publicly, but to share my work with my extended family.